VBG 971.
Yep, good evening, Dave. Sounding good down here. How are you? How was your day?
Alrighty.
.37 AJ6PD, am I on frequency?
Who was it?
1237 AJ6PD, Tony and Course Gold.
Yeah, hi, Tony. AJ6PD. AJ6PD, Course Gold. 1237. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. Am I on frequency tonight? You're sounding good up here.
You sound perfect, Tony.
You're fine, Tony. Just right where you should be. Sounds good. Don't think you have to worry about that anymore. Whatever it was off. You found a way to correct it. So you're fine. Anyway, how was your day?
Hey, Daryl. Good to hear you in there.
Hey, Tony. While I'm here with Mike, 982. Yeah, how you liking that 991? I like mine.
I think you need to come by and grab my Galaxy and see if you can figure out what's wrong with it.
All right, yeah, I can do that.
Watch out what you're grabbing there, buddy.
It's a Galaxy with 10 meters in it.
10-meter amp?
No, it's got a built-in. What is that thing, Tony? 200 watts?
Yeah, it's the Galaxy 98 VHP. I don't know, I try to check on the ditch banks net on lower sideband and you can't make me out, and I tried OTR last night and just channel 11 and it was acting up on the regular channel 11 too. I don't know what's going on with this thing lately.
What you need to do is just open up the 991, and then you don't have to worry about using the Galaxy anymore.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll just stick with the 991A and just check in when I can and how I can on the other stuff. Anyway, good to hear you guys this evening. Just sitting back, sipping on some coffee, and waiting on the net.
Alrighty. Well, good evening to you, Daryl, and you're sounding good as well. So we got almost half the Course Gold folks in here. We're missing Dane. We're missing Rob. And we won't see Frank. I haven't heard from Frank now for almost a week, so I don't know what the hell's going on. He's not answering your phone calls. I'm about ready to send the sheriff there again.
Oh boy, yeah. You know, I'm afraid he climbs around up in those hills, messing around with that stuff. What if he fell and bumped his head? Nobody'd know.
Well, that's the point. I like it if he would just call me every day to tell me he's okay and see how things are going, even if he doesn't feel good enough to come down. He hurt his back again. But I don't get any calls, and we're not getting any responses to my messages.
KM6 SRR, number 432 and 1200.
Well, hi there, Rob.
There's Rob. Hi, Rob.
Hey, good evening, Daryl and Tony and everybody on the net there.
W60WL.
Hey, there's the man himself, Larry. W60WL 719, Larry.
Thank you. I'll write it down. I forgot. Thank you.
KK6 ZKE 704.
Okay. And I do hear you, Richard. I hear you, Richard. KB6 DQ, KD6BQ, KD6BQ. We got you, Richard. You are checked in.
Yeah, right. Here's 6 Papa Echo, 620.
W6PE. Something wrong, Mike. You're way, way down from where you should be. You're barely audible. Must have the wrong antenna hooked up. But I got you 620.
You sounded okay down here, Mike. K6US 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Okay, well, maybe I just have him in a super null off the back. That's unusual. Usually he's copyable no matter what. Make a transmission, Mike. W6PE, K6MYC.
Yeah, this with the 6 Papa Echo. Yeah, you're not sounding as strong tonight as you usually are, Mike, but everybody else seems to be sounding pretty good. So not sure what the problem is. I got my antenna aimed the same direction as I normally am to bounce it off the mountain.
Yeah, well, I had you in a super null. I moved it about 3 degrees and you came up, so that made the difference. But I knew something was wrong. Good evening to you, Terry. 704 ZKK6ZKE. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike and everybody, good evening. Not much happening here, just staying in, staying warm.
Okay. Let me get it back over to Larry for a second. Larry, how are you doing today? What, if anything, did you work on today? Over.
No, I didn't work on much at all. Just kind of hung out and was looking forward to talking tonight on the radio, and I guess it's working. That's about it.
Yeah, well, sounding good. I think this is the first time you've checked in on 2 meters, isn't it?
Well, it's been quite. I did a long time ago, but it's the first time in quite a while. But hopefully, I'll sound halfway decent. Over.
Yeah, Roger. No, you checked in on 6 the other day, but good to know that 2 meters is working well. Also, if you can rotate, I'm pointed south. We are looking for at least 2 stations down there, and maybe even the Los Angeles stations. You should hear the LA guys when they turn up this way. The station that turns up this way to call in some check-ins from our area is KG6USS, and his boson number is 831. His name is John, and he'll call in here in at about 25. He should be due within the next 2 or 3 minutes here. Anyway, you can find out how well the system's working by turning down. Now, you'll want to point at about 150, 155, something like that. He's in the high desert, back there behind Lancaster and Edwards Air Force Base.
I'm swinging out to the...
All right, I'll move the antenna at about 150. Okay, thank you.
I'll be over there, and I'll be back to Mexico, Southern California.
I hear you. I didn't get it. You got covered up by a local. Was that you, John? KG6USS. This is K6MYC, Bozo 47. Over. Well, it was somebody in Southern California. Go ahead. Well, somebody was talking when you were, Larry. I don't know whether maybe it wasn't Southern California. Who was talking just a moment ago with Larry doubling with you? Over. Well, whoever it was isn't hearing me, clearly.
Looking out toward the Central Valley.
Okay, who is it pointed toward the Central Valley?
KG6USS 831, high desert.
Okay, there you go. There you go, Larry. You should be able to hear John there. Let me shoot it back to you, John, and then we'll let Rob pick it up. But we've got a new member that's got 100 watts and a 2M9, I think, at 70 or 80 feet. He should be able to get into you quite easily from the Clovis area there. His call is W6OWL, and we'll shoot it over to him in a minute once he tells me he's hearing you. Anyway, good evening, John, and over to you, Rob, KM6SRR. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mike. How you doing, John? KG6USS, KM6SR here, number 432, over.
Hey, Rob, yeah, big signal from both you and Mike there, no doubt about it. And I am getting a lot of bleed over from my guys coming up from Southern California there.
Okay, Larry, did you hear John down there?
Sure did. This is W6OWL. Yes, I could hear him. Not real perfect, but I can hear him. Over.
Yeah, what he needs from you, Larry, is your Bozo number. He's checking you into the Southern California net, so give him your Bozo number.
W6OWL is number 719.
Over.
I heard, is it 1061, is that right, Mike?
Repeat it once again, a little slower, Larry. W6OWL. Go ahead again, Larry.
Yeah, W6OWL, and my number is 719. Over.
You copy that, John?
No, I think I'm getting bleed over from my guys down here in Southern California there. But anyway, got you and Rob, big signal in here.
Well, Rob's running power. He's running 1,500 watts. I'm running 1,500. And Larry only has 100 watts, but he should get down to you, and he is. He's got QR, Larry, from the Southern California fellas. Most of the Southern California fellas call a net vertically polarized, but they're still strong enough that they interfere with him on the backside. He's horizontal now. He turns up our way and goes to horizontal polarity, Larry. Anyway, check in 719, John, over.
Okay, got 719. And that was Jeff. That's Jeff, right?
No, that's Larry. W6 Ocean Whiskey Lima, Old Woolly Lamb.
Yeah, W6OWL. Okay, yeah. Okay, gotcha. All right, I got him on my log here for you. And anybody else out your way you want to check in up here in the high desert, 831 KG6USS.
Anybody else copy? And John, go ahead now. K6MYC in the group. Nothing heard, John. I think maybe a tad early, but we might not have any other big guns in here yet tonight.
Wow, you guys are coming in on my doggone vertical, just big time. We're going to put that vertical up another 10 feet or so, and I might not even have to use the flat side to get to you there, over.
Well, we need the flat side for you. Okay, very good. Well, you're doing fine, too. This audio sounds fine. There's no flutter. There's no motorboating on your fades, on your signal tonight. So very good conditions tonight, John. Thank you for checking us in there. And we've got your 831, and maybe we'll hear a few others, maybe W6BVB. But Bravo Vector Bravo might be in there, and we haven't heard WA6TED for a while. And I don't know what's happened to the station in San Diego, KD6WDL or something like that. I can't remember his call exactly, but he used to come in here nicely. But he's got to go horizontal for me to hear him from Delta Mike 12. KG6USS, Southern California High Desert, K6MYC.
All right, hey, and you guys take care of yourselves up there. I'm replaying old days running up and down 99 there, seeing all the crashes on 99 and 58 with the fog and everything. So y'all be careful up that way. And that's KK6WLD down there in San Diego. Yeah, he's got a good signal. He'll be out here probably later on a little bit. All right, Mike and Rob, thanks for checking in up here in the high desert. KG6USS, Bozo 831, back to net control in the high desert.
John, we got to get you to trade a few more calls. You beat us last time on your number of check-ins because we were checking so many people into you.
Oh, well, yeah, it was crazy. I'll tell you what, it's getting better. Absolutely, we're looking good on Bozo Net, no doubt.
Yep, you guys are doing good. So tell the guys, send a few of them up here. We'll check them in.
I'll do that, Rob. Hey, boy, you just came booming in here, shaking my timbers up here. All right, brother, we'll catch you later. KD6USS 831, back to net control.
Okay. Now, anybody else have comments or want to check into the Northern California Bozo Net? I'm still pointed down the valley. We're looking for N6SWR. How about you, Ben?
Copy.
Hey, Mike, he sent me a text tonight. He's so beat up today that he's probably already asleep by now. So I told him thanks for the heads up.
Okay. Okay, who was the other one? Who else just broke in? Go ahead.
Copy, you.
Somebody was saying, did we copy? Come again?
I hear you, Dane.
Okay, you got covered by somebody up here. I got the last SHL. Can you give me your whole call sign and your Bozo number? Okay, we got you, 998. Thank you for checking in. I can't remember if it's Dale or whatever, but you're one of the net controls, huh? Okay, thank you for checking in. Yeah, we need a few more of you guys there to equal all the calls we're giving to you guys down there. Anyway, thanks for calling.
He's really weak here, Rob.
Yeah, he's above my noise level. I hear him pretty good. So he's 998 there, KN6SHI.
I worked him before. He just down tonight for some reason. Probably come up in another minute or so. Anybody else down south? South of Bakersfield, south of the valley floor, or the San Joaquin Valley. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Central Northern California Bozo Net, over. Nothing heard at the moment. Okay, locally, N6BYH, WA6OIB, K6MTS. We got Dane in there. Let me get it over to you, Dane. I did hear you. KD6, WB6JNP. We may have to make you have another run up to Frank if he doesn't answer his text tomorrow, because I haven't heard from him for 5 days now. Can't get an answer. So I don't know what's going on. KWB6JNP, K6MYC.
And go KJ6TYO 1009.
1009, we got you, Ron. And I also hear WB6GGY off the back of the beam, off the back of the antenna, Phil. But good copy. We've got 884 checked in. Thank you, Phil. We'll be around toward the Bay Area for a backscatter path to you in a little bit. We're just finishing up in the San Joaquin Valley here. WB6GGY, K6MYC.
Roger, roger.
Okay, so you said Ben had already gone to bed. What says he sick or something, Rob?
He had a real tiring day, so he said that he was just really pooped out. So I can understand that. Sometimes in the moving business, weekends will really kill you. KM6SR, back to net.
Yeah, okay, very good. Did you check him in or not?
Well, that's your call, I guess. He texted me, and he's not on the radio tonight, so whatever you want.
Well, he would have been. He just couldn't stay up for it. So let's put him in there. 247. About KB6RQU. How about you, Rick? Nothing from Rick. Anybody else before we go to Atascadero? This is K6MYC. Nothing heard. Let's go to Atascadero and see what we get.
one station.
Okay, W6QUI, Ron, K6MYC, Bozo Net.
Good evening, Mike. You were stronger before you turned your antenna. What's your Q5? Yeah, good evening. W6QUI, Bozo 1055. Over.
That's your 1055, and Rob, go ahead and say hello to Ron over there.
How you doing, Ron? Boy, you're coming in nice and loud over here. W6QUI, KM6SRR.
Yeah, so are you, Ron. Yeah, it's funny. When Mike pointed south, he's the strongest. When he points to me, he's not as strong anymore. That's crazy.
He might have that house with the dirt in the way that probably his signal has a nice edge around it.
No, he's coming a different path. You must be bouncing off of something to the east. I've got you at 190.
My indicator doesn't mean much on my rotator. It's not really calibrated right, so it just tunes for maximum signal.
Well, let me get it over to the other Ron. Hang on a second. There, Ron. Just a second here. Oh, I was clear down to 160. I'm just getting up to 200 now. There's 200 or so. Okay, KJ6TY. Oh, good evening, Ron.
Oh, good evening, Mike. And nice day out here. And, well, no work early in the morning, but I got an MRI at 6 in the morning. So I guess it's kind of like going to work, but not quite as early.
Yeah, okay. What are you MRIing your back or your shoulders or your head?
My neck. My neck. Work is becoming a pain in the neck, so I'm going to have it checked out. I think it's just arthritis, but we're going to just check it out and see.
Well, it might be something going around because I had a stiff neck last week. I finally got over it. It's gone completely now. I mean, I always have a little stiffness on one side. But, boy, it was so bad on Thursday, it was killing me. We were riding back up our very bumpy road, and it was just jarring the heck out of me, and I was in pain, between 4 and 5 pain level, just from the jarring of the road and the movement. And I couldn't hold my neck steady enough. And it was on both sides, and all the way from that cord that runs from behind your ear all the way down to your shoulders. And it's on both sides. Is that what you got?
Yeah, exactly. From like my bottom of the ear all the way to my shoulder, just on the right side, and it's been hanging around for 3 months. And I had it so bad at night that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to work. I didn't think I'd be able to turn my head to look to the right to see if any cars were coming. But it got better. Slept on a heating pad one night, slept on ice another night, and I don't know, I snapped out of it. But I mean, it still hurt, but I was able to move my head. So that was my main concern. But it's still sore.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I did. I was into Walgreens for picking up a prescription for Judy. She had a tooth pulled, and we were picking up some pain pills. Anyway, I had to wait a few minutes, so I went over to the consultation window, and I asked the lady in there, I said, what do you have for a stiff neck? I had some cream that was sent to me as a free option, along with some other over-the-counter vitamins that I got. And we got this cream, and boy, it just kills the pain quickly in a spot. I didn't know if it would work on that whole area. But anyway, she said, well, you can use Ben Gay. That's the normally thing that I would use. And if it's really bad, then you should go to the doctor because maybe there's something wrong with you. And I said, well, I don't feel bad. I just got this stiff neck. And it just came out of nowhere. And then I got to thinking about it. I went home, took two ibuprofen, and it calmed down quite a bit. It was reasonable at that point. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I get over everything really quickly. I just gonna give it a couple of more days and see, because I think I'll just get over this. And lo and behold, 2 days later, I did a little bit of stretching when I was sitting in front of the fireplace and stretching my neck and down and up and pulling on those tendons a little bit with the muscles. And today it's virtually gone. I'm better than usual. Over.
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, mine's just been hanging around. Keeps hanging around. So, anyway, all righty. Well, I'll let you get back to the guys out there on the West Coast, Central Coast, and you have a good evening, and we'll talk to you probably Wednesday. Maybe Tuesday I might try to check in if I don't have to work at midnight or earlier. All right, KJ6TYO 1009.
Now, do you have any ibuprofen? You might try a couple of those. They do not make me sleepy, so they don't have any effect like some of the other drugs. But ibuprofen, I tried 2 Aleve, and they're supposedly ibuprofen, but they didn't do much. So I waited about 6 hours, and I took 2 ibuprofen, and that just took it down about 6 notches. So the ibuprofen that has the name ibuprofen right on the front of on the bottle, that seems to work the best for me. It does the same thing on my back. It just gets rid of back pain almost within 15 or 20 minutes if I have a stiff back or something. 7-3, Ron, good luck with it. KJ6TYO in a group, K6MYC. Okay. I didn't mean to leave you out there, Ron. Don't give up on me, but I had the other Ron in there checked in just about almost the same time that you did. So let me shoot it over to you again, and you can see if there's anybody else that's copying you there. W6QUI, Atascadero, 1055, K6MYC, over. Oh boy, he must have to walk to the shack, and it must be cold out there. He doesn't stick around very long. It's too bad. Okay, I guess we'll head up towards Santa Cruz then. K6MYC going up to Santa Cruz, looking for KW6S and AF6 United. And for your beam heading, Larry, about 270. About 270, maybe a tad more than that for Watsonville and Santa Cruz would be the right heading. And you should hear them. They can, at least Tom over there, KW6S, comes in very strong over here. So we'll give you a chance to work over into Charlie Mike 96 on the coast if you hear him. Here we come, around over toward Santa Cruz. Here we go.
195.
195. Hi, Mike. We've been calling you. You may have heard that you were being called off and on over the last couple of weeks. Good to hear you. How's Mike tonight?
Yeah, good. I was listening to you talking about your neck pain, and I came up with some about a year ago when I was at that Palisades fire in L.A. I came home and started having that pain in my neck, and it subsided pretty much after about 6 months, but I still have it. Still nags a couple times a week. So I don't know. I just figured it's getting old, I think.
Okay, you weren't able to get rid of it, huh? Is it just muscle? It feels like muscle stiffness?
No, it kind of goes north of my shoulder, I think, and then it works its way up the back of my head into my brain, and kind of hurts all the way that whole stretch between the back of my head and my shoulder. Worse at times than others, but yeah, it's interesting hearing other people saying that they're kind of suffering from the same thing all of a sudden.
You might want to join us on this frequency. You're off a little bit, so you're high pitched. You sound like a little boy and a little tough to copy, but I guess you've tried some remedies. If you can do it, have your wife massage that area with the Bengay or something like that, something that absorbs into your skin. And like I say, ibuprofen usually takes care of it. If you can get rid of it for a few hours with ibuprofen, that might be a way to at least relieve some of that. Ibuprofen for me works the best of all. I've tried all the different pain. I'm not a pain guy. I don't get pain that often. I got ibuprofen that the date on the bottle is 2/10/2025. Yeah. January 10, 2010. 2010 is what the bottle's dated at. So you can see I don't use a lot of pain pills. But when I need it, ibuprofen really works the best. Over.
Yeah, not much on taking pain stuff either. Not a pain guy either. But that one, I had a little mishap at that fire. I was coming out of a porta potty, which was in one of the cement islands. And as you stepped out of it, there was a gap between the edge of the porta potty and the edge of the cement. And I caught my foot in it and took a dive. Fell right down probably as hard as I've ever fallen.
Rob, let's see if you can help me get him on frequency. I can't copy him.
That's just kind of attributed to the impact. May have got something out of line or something. It's better now. Not gone, but certainly better. But 70 years old, things don't heal quite as quickly as they used to.
Hey, Mike, N6BYH, KM6SR. Yeah, Mike asked me to see if he can go down to 23 cycles, down to 240. You're still kind of high-pitched. And I would look at falling on your neck like that, and you may have pinched a nerve if it's going from your shoulder up to your neck and then to your head. That kind of, I'd get that checked out. Sounds a little different than what the other guys have. KM6SR, back to you.
Yeah, copy. Is that better frequency-wise?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've got an appointment coming up in March. I'll ask him if what he thinks. They send you to therapy if you just complain of anything, physical therapy. And I've done that before on a back injury, and it just was the milk and the insurance. It really didn't help, but yeah, I'll look into it. Anyway, enough of my medical woes. Good to hear you on the net here. I'm usually listening on the stream if I'm not here in my radio ball. But good to hear you guys, and I'll listen out. K6MYT and 6BY. Back to me.
Okay, very good, Mike. Well, let's hope you in your next appointment there they can start to sort it out. They may have to do a couple of different things. I don't know what they do for that kind of stuff. Some guys just go to the chiropractor. And I've had this pain on one side that was quite bad one time when I had the chiropractor worked on it. And he kind of did find something that he wasn't real happy with. He put something back in place, and the pain went away, or nearly went away for some time. But I do have arthritis in my neck, so there's always going to be some residual stiffness. At 88, I guess lucky I can turn my head at all. 7-3 Mike, N6BYH, K6MYC.
7-3.
Go ahead.
Hey, you're 20 over, Mike.
Who's this?
Golf Yankee.
Yeah, okay. Wow, big backscatter signal. I'm pointed right at 270. Good evening to you again, Phil. We'll look for you in the morning. I should be up in plenty of time tomorrow.
Roger. I'll get out of your way here. WB6GGY Bozo 884 7373.
73, and don't forget about that channel 2 369. I don't know what they have on the weekends. It may be more churchy than you want, but during the week, at least on Friday, it was a wonderful news program right around 11 in the morning. You might check it from time to time through the day and see what they've got on there. But I was impressed with the quality of it and the informational quality on top of everything else. 7-3 for now, Phil. We'll see you in the morning. WB6GGY. Rob, are you copying him on the back chatter?
No, I'm not turned up that way, Mike. I was listening to the Old Time Radio Net at the same time.
Okay. Is it on here?
It's on 10 meters, 28455.
Okay, well, I'm pointed towards Santa Cruz.
Yeah, that's where I'm pointed. I haven't heard much there. I heard you talking to Phil.
Well, that's why I say Phil has a booming signal backscatter to me, but it might not be working for you. Okay, let's see if Tom is in there, and or Lee, or both. KW6S and AF6 United. Go ahead, Tom, if you're there.
K6MYC, KW6S. Good evening, Mike. Yeah, not much going on here. Hearing pretty much a lot of people down there tonight earlier before the net got started, so it must be pretty good condition. K6MYC, KW6S.
You're romping and stomping in here. We'll turn it to Rob, and then Rob can turn it over and see if Lee is copying.
How you doing, Tom? KW6S, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Oh, you moved your antenna. I can tell. Yeah, you're doing real good here tonight, too. When do you get your 432 amp back?
Well, I don't know. I haven't talked to Jim to see if he's even received it yet. I assume he has.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was real close the other night, but not quite. But, yeah, I look forward to you getting the amp back. That little bit that makes the difference there. KM6SR, KW6S.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, but I didn't want to rush him, whenever he can get it done, and I appreciate him working on it, so, because he doesn't build those anymore, so I'm just very quietly waiting.
Yeah, very good. And when you get it back, you won't be quiet anymore.
Yeah, I hope it isn't quiet. Yeah, I was pointing my antenna down, trying to see if I could get a glimpse of Lee, but that's why I was weaker when you first heard me.
Lee, go ahead, take one if you're in there. AF6 United, go ahead.
KM6SRR, KW6S, and K6MYC, AF6 United here. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me, Rob?
Yeah, Lee, I actually got a little bit of a copy on you, just a hair lower than where Tom is.
Okay, very good, very good. I can hear you tonight too, so that's pretty good copy there. Yeah, I can hear everything you're saying. Just a little tiny bit of flutter, but pretty much solid copy the whole time. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just had a brain block. AF6 United, back to you, Rob.
Go ahead, Rob. He forgot he had a brain fart. He couldn't remember your call.
Okay. Yeah, he started to fade out there towards the end, right even with my noise level, so I couldn't quite hear everything. I thought I heard him stop talking. Anyway, this is KM6SRR. Thanks, Lee. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, very good. And back to you, Tom, for any final. And we'll look for you guys tomorrow night. You on 6 meters, Lee. And, of course, we'll look for 222 from Tom. And if he can stay up late enough, we'll get him on 6 as well. KW6S, how was your weather today and over the weekend? Was it sunny all the time, or did you have fog?
It was beautiful here. It was warm shirt sleeve weather out here. Did a lot of yard work, and some of the plants are starting to think that it's spring already, and the buds are starting to swell on a couple of my grapevines. But otherwise, just a beautiful day. And I will not be on tomorrow night's net, so I'll miss both of them. So I've got something else to take care of, but I'll be back in force on Tuesday night. Let's see, over to Lee, AF6U, KW6S.
226 is here.
Okay. Ken, turn over and say hello to Tom and Lee over there in Watsonville and Santa Cruz.
I thought he just turned it to Lee.
He turned it to Lee, but Lee didn't pick it up, so you popped in. Go ahead.
I was waiting for you there, Ken.
Yeah, good evening, Lee. Good to hear you over there. And hi, Tom. And, of course, Mike and all the gang here. WA60IB, I just got out here. I had some things going in the house, and we got a late dinner, so I finally got out here. Anyway, over to you, Lee, WA60IB.
All right, Ken, WA60IB from AF6 United. Yeah, you're sounding as good as you always do over in this general direction. So, yeah, coming in nice and clear here tonight. And I will say to Mike there, we had beautiful weather here too. We've got a cherry tree in the backyard that has pretty much come into full bloom. It's a little bit confused, but I guess it's getting kind of close to that time of the year. And hope you guys are not doing too bad in the fog. I've heard there was kind of a pileup on 99 there either this morning or yesterday, something like that, and that's never a good thing. So WA60IB, K6MYC, I will turn it back to you there. This is AF6 United. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, how about you, Tom?
Yeah, I heard Ken jump in there and knew he didn't have to turn his antenna anywhere. Good evening, Ken. Looking forward to getting down there and thrashing around in a flea market again one of these days. Not much else going on. AF6U, WA60IB, KM6SRR, K6MYC, good night.
Yeah, good night, Tom. Good to hear you. And it'll be May 24th, I think, something like that. WA60IB.
Okay, good evening, Ken. By the way, I was talking to Phil, WB6GGY, a couple of days ago, and he said, had I heard anything? I guess you were supposed to call him or something on the status of the PW1 that you're working on. Sounds like that's a problem. It's like a fan switch or something that's not working. It just the amp worked for the first 2 minutes and then it sort of just quit, but it unkeyed itself and everything. So had you had a chance to look at that yet?
It's in the shop, in the bench. It's not on the bench, but it's right next to the bench. I haven't got down to it yet through the pile, so I told him it's going to be a while. So, but and I do owe him a status check, but I haven't been able to get to it yet. So it's coming up pretty quick. I've got a real tough dog in there right now that it's driving me crazy. It's a 756 Pro, and it's driving me crazy. And when I get that done, his will be up next.
Okay, very good. He's not pushing. Don't get me wrong. I'm asking, and he said, don't even bother Ken. Since I had you here and it was on my mind, it just popped in, so I thought I'd ask you if you had any specific word for Lee. For Phil. I'll be talking to him in the morning. He was on here earlier on the backscatter path, really strong too. Anyway, 73 to you, Phil, if you're still listening. And 73 to you, Rob, and not Rob, but Tom and Lee. And we'll go on up into the Bay Area here and see if there's anybody up in the Bay Area that wants to check in. K6MYC swinging the antenna toward Cupertino in that area. QRZ Bozo Net, Bay Area, K6MYC. AB6BA 900, good signal from you, Oliver. And somebody else, was that you, Jim?
Yeah, WB6JN.
Yeah, nice and loud. 285, we got you. Okay, anybody else? Okay.
6UYH.
KA6UYH. Good evening, Chris. What the hell's the number? 1220 or something?
1226.
Okay. Got you in here. Hang on a second. Oliver, over to you. Good signal from everybody just pounding in here this evening. KB6BA in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike and the group. Another drought-filled sunny day. Went out for a hike today. Good to hear Jim Eagleson on. I'm wondering whether he's active. He's back on 1296 and 432 as well as 2 meters. So back over to you, Mike. K6MYC, KB6PA 900.
Okay. Who did you say was back on with all the bands? What was that?
Well, I was asking about how Jim was doing with getting restoring his station antennas on the other bands besides 2 meters.
Okay, well, he can fill you in there. 432 doesn't seem to be working real well. I don't think he even checked in Thursday this last week. We tried to get him in there. I had even locals looking for him over there, but I didn't hear him. So, Jim, give everybody, including Oliver, an update on what works and what doesn't at your station. WB6JNN, East San Jose, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, WB6JNN. Well, still no rotor, but I have the antenna up at about 20 feet at the base, and that puts 2 meters at about 22 feet, and 1296 up at, let's see, it's on the top, so 27 feet, something like that. And so that's 1296, and 220 is, of course, about 24 feet up, something like that. The situation on 400 megs is that I can't even hear you, Mike, with a 7-element Yagi that's at probably 10 or 11 feet up. So, and you know, we always have had a bad struggle on 432 between you and me. So that doesn't surprise me any. It's just a bad path, apparently. I do okay getting into the satellites on those that band, so I know the antenna's working. And the other antenna is disconnected because I have to take everything apart to get to that antenna. You just really can't do that right now. So that's the story on that. But anyway, I'm all on 1296 all the way down to 6 meters, but 6 meters I'm restricted to about 6 watts. So that's I'm not 6 watts, it's 10 watts. WB6JNN.
6 to 10 watts on what band?
6 meters.
Oh, well, because you got a 705, is that all you got for 6?
Yeah, well, the ICOM doesn't go to 6 meters.
Well, the 9700 doesn't. I thought you had an HF radio.
Yes, but that's the one that was giving me trouble, and that's why I got the 9700. But the Yaesu's, it's not defunct, but it just stops working every once in a while and drops about 10 to 15 dB down.
Weird. What radio is that?
991.
Oh, really? Well, that one's still a viable radio. You should be able to have that one looked at if you wanted to do it. They should be able to put that back in tip-top shape. There's no excuse for that. Too new a radio for it to be doing that crap. Anyway, yeah, if you could get, well, you got 2 options on 432. Put up something like a 440 11, a 440 18, which isn't much of an antenna in terms of size or weight or wind area, and get it up there on the mast with the other stuff just underneath the 1296. It should play really well. I don't know how hard that would be to do, but that would probably clear up the problem. I think you just have a knife edge thing, and you're just too low on 432. I've heard you before on 432. And you've been pretty decent at times, but I think with the antenna at 10 feet, I think at other times you've had it higher, and it works a lot better when it's higher. There must be a knife edge thing. All right, let you go. Thanks for the update. Oliver, any questions for Jim there over?
Yeah, very good. Happy to hear that Jim is making progress as well. KB6PN.
Yeah, and you may have a suggestion for his 432 as well. I was going to suggest a 9 wavelength, but it's probably a little bigger than the rest of the antennas up there. But the 44018 would sit up there nicely and would not add a lot of wind load or area. So that's a possibility, but it's a big jump in gain from the little 7 element on a 2-foot boom to a 12-foot boom, 11.5-foot boom on the 44018. Okay, let's see. Who else do we have here? Oh, Chris. How are you doing? KA6UYH, K6MYC.
Good evening, everybody on the net. Doing all right. Not making progress yet on my antennas. We are slowly getting a mast set up for a vertical, so that'll take probably get the mast set up for next weekend. But anyway, still have not gotten back to the 6-meter antenna yet, but we'll get there eventually.
Okay. Oliver, are you still here?
Yeah, KB6PN.
Yeah, Chris is having some weird things on 6 meters with his test equipment. Everything, he put up a dipole. He put 2 different dipoles together out of wire, and both of the wires come up way short, like 40 inches either side of center instead of 55 or 60. So they sort of get sort of a half resonance, but they're all short. And he tried a second one, and that didn't work. And then he bought a whole loop, or a Chinese knockoff of a square loop, and it works pretty good, I guess, from a standpoint of VSWR, but it's up at 54 megs. And, of course, it's omnidirectional, so even when he gets it down to 50.2 or 50.1 where we are, 150, it's still not going to be a gangbusters antenna. So, but I can't believe that China would build an antenna that wouldn't go down below 54 megs, and that's as low as he can tune it. There's no way to adjust the lengths of the loop. Oliver, do you have any ideas for Chris there? Over.
No, can't think of anything. Not familiar with that design. Is this like a square low or something related to that, or something different?
Yeah, it's a square loop, but they're not feeding it like we feed ours. They're feeding it with a gamma match, but it's basically a square loop, yes.
Yeah, out of my wheelhouse, unfortunately, so wish I could help.
Well, the other question is, why would his test equipment tell him that 45 inches of element either side of center is resonant on 6 meters, but it doesn't work? Over.
Yeah, I understand. Well, all I can suggest is maybe trying a different antenna to make sure the test equipment is giving valid results.
Yeah, well, I think that's why he bought the whole loop or horizontal omni, because that is a different antenna, and it has a resonance. It's good match, but it's up at 54 megahertz. Isn't that right, Chris? Over.
Yes, it is. I followed the instructions. They give you a rough dimensions of what it needs to be. I can expand the loop a little bit. I can shorten up or collapse the loop a little bit. The gamma match is done a little bit different. It's supposed to be capacitance. That's what most gamma matches are. But this is done with a screw instead of sliding a sleeve back and forth.
Well, what you have to lower the frequency. You wouldn't want to shorten it. If anything, you have to lengthen it somehow to get it down to 50.
Roger, yes, I have tried that. I think what's happening is maybe I'm making too big of increments. I was reading up on a little bit on 6 meters. It turns out it's sensitive to, that particular band is sensitive to its environment, as well as the adjustment increments need to be done very small, and maybe I'm jumping too far, making too big of a change.
No, I don't think that's it. Your environment, if you're 60 or 70 inches away from anything that's major, that's resonant, at least that far above ground when you're testing it, it should be reasonable. It should come in relatively close. You might be off 50 kc or something, but you're not going to be off 4 megahertz. So there's something else wrong. I'm just I'm just trying to figure out what he could do, Oliver. Have Chris tell you what he's using for test equipment. I think he has a VNA, but the VNA keeps giving him faulty element links. Over.
Yeah, sure. What equipment are you using there, Chris? KB6PS?
I've used two on the wire dipoles. The first one was an FMJ 259B, so that's a little older unit. And then the other one I'm using is a Rig Expert 230 or Zoom 230AA to be exact.
Yeah. Well, just as an experiment, you can try making a simple dipole. Maybe you did that already. I didn't, and I wasn't listening. Just a straight horizontal dipole. See whether your Rig Expert matches what you're seeing in the MFJ. Do they agree with each other?
He's done that already. He's built two wire dipoles, just straight wire dipoles, not square, but wire dipoles. And when he cuts them to 55 inches either side of center, it comes out like at 40 megs. And by the time he gets done trimming them to where they're resonant on his Rig Experts, where it appears to be resonant at 50.1 or so, he's down in the 40s. Over.
Yeah, if they agree with each other, then it's something about the antenna design that's not intuitive.
It's two pieces of wire, either side of center.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you guys doubled. I don't know if you were asking me a question or not.
Yeah, I was just commenting that since you seem to have validated that both of your instruments match, given the wire dipole, so I guess the test equipment seems to be working.
I assume so because I'm getting pretty much the same reading between both units, the 259 and the Rig Experts. The difference between the two dipoles is the center insulator, and I used different wire. I was assuming that maybe I had too much capacitance on one wire. It was stranded wire. I think it was tinned and then had the insulation on the outside, so I thought maybe I was getting too much capacitance. And then I went to a single core wire or non-stranded and tried that too, and that it came out a little bit longer, but I'm only at about 8 feet and the other one's about 7.5 or 7.8 feet, so again it's shorter than what the calculation should be.
Okay, I understand.
Well, anyway, we're just trying to figure it out. How can he be getting confused? I assume the wire dipoles were hung up between a tree and a roof or something at 10 feet above the ground, right, Chris?
No, they were not. I have a clothesline in the back, which is roughly about 5 feet up, but it's non-conductive clothesline. It's a cotton wire, it's a cotton line, and so I just pinned the dipole up there with some clothespins and tried to tune it that way. So that's why it could be affecting because of the environment, but I don't think I'm getting any ground coupling at that. It should be up high enough so it doesn't ground couple.
Well, it's going to be affected by the ground, but mostly impedance and a very small amount of frequency shift. But you're so far off that it's something really more radical than that. Okay. Well, I just thought Oliver could muse about it, see if he could come up with anything. I've tried everything mentally that I can go through, but it just without being there and seeing it, I just can't see why he keeps coming up with the wrong dimensions.
KM6SRR.
And Rob?
Can you manufacture?
Yeah, I couldn't hear what Oliver was saying, but I'm wondering if he's using the VNA, you got to calibrate him first. Otherwise, maybe it's giving him a bogus reading.
I've not tried the users group, but I have done some Google searches on it. There is a guy in another country, I can't think of his name. He has Watson or Watts. I guess he has a ham radio shop in some other country, and he has also purchased that same antenna. For him, there's no problem with it. It seemed to work fine, and he tells you just to expand the loop on one side The side with the gamma match, just leave it alone. Just make sure the gamma match is actually shorted out against the element. But for him, there was no problems on it. I've had another forum or something, I think it was Facebook, and that guy had a hard time tuning his. So I don't know. If you guys want it, it's an HLP-6 Halo. It's by Moonraker or Taurus or something. It's the other company that's put it out. But Moonraker is the main one.
Okay, it looks like you've already done your homework on that. Thanks.
Okay.
I can. So anyway, thanks, guys. I appreciate it, though.
Okay, let's see. Gary, are you in here tonight? BB6WNI? Anybody else for checking in on 2 meters here? Bozo Net. Sorry to go a little long, but we wanted to see if we could get some help for Chris there. Okay, 6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area, before I go further over.
AB6SR.
What's Chris running for feed line there, Mike?
AB6SR.
I hear you, Stan. Stand by. What's Chris running for feed line? I think he's using RG58 or RG6 or something, over. Not RG6, but RG8X or something, right, Chris?
Yes, I am. For 2 meters and 440, I'm definitely running an 8U. Actually, it's Belden. I've got the 99.1. But for the 6 meters, I just wanted to get something up there quick, so I'm running RG8. RG8X, sorry.
Did you hear that, Phil? RG8X?
Okay, thank you. That is strange. I'll work on that a little bit. WB6GGY.
Okay, good enough. Okay, over to you, Stan. Good evening. WB6, AB6SR, I should say. K6MYC 807.
Yeah, okay, Mike. K6MYC AB6SR. Yeah, I've been listening here. Quiet day, not as warm as yesterday, and cloudy this afternoon, so it was okay. Haven't got your seeds yet. I'll have more information either tomorrow on 6 or on Wednesday on 2 meters, and then I'll send them off to you. I tried the idea of getting them to send them to you, but they were more interested in sending a gift card, so I'll get them sent here and have them sent off to you either by the end of the week or early next week. So that's about it. Nothing else from here. Been listening. K6MYC AB6SR.
Okay, that sounds strange. They won't ship the seeds where you want to ship them?
No, it didn't seem easy to get a different address to ship them to, so they'll come here and then I'll send them over to you. Silly splitting them up or anything with these days with hybrid seeds. There's only 17 or 20 seeds in a packet, so once they come here, I'll send them over to you, okay?
Okay. Never. I don't want you to go to a lot of trouble. I thought it's getting way out of hand there. We're working with a company that won't ship to an address that you want them shipped to. That's crazy. But maybe they want to charge you too much to do that. You just go and pick up the seeds. You don't have it shipped to you, do you?
No, it's, you probably know over at Felton, Graham Hill Road, I think it's the longest road in Santa Cruz County, isn't it? Anyway, once they get here, I'll send them off the following day, so you should get them before too long. It's not too late. I mean, it's pretty early to sow them, so no problem. Don't worry about it. K6MYC AB6SR.
Yeah, no problem. I was just trying to make it easy on you. You give them an address and let them put them in an envelope and mail them. I guess they're maybe too thick to go into a little envelope or a little packet. Holy cow. People are really helpful these days. All right, thanks, Dan. AB6SR 801. What is it? 807. 807, yeah. 807. I may have written it down already. It might be in here twice now, for all I know.
Yeah, I'll try to be on 6 meters tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. You can tell Chris what length your wires are. What is your 6-meter antenna?
It's just a delta loop done from, W6NBC down in Southern California there somewhere. It was in QST 18 months ago, 2 years ago.
Okay, and you built it or bought it?
No, I built it. I went to Home Depot and bought some half-inch copper pipe. Built it myself, and it's on a 1.5-inch PVC plastic pipe, and I just hoist it up and connect the coax and talk to you. Simple as that.
Yeah, there you go, Chris. You have to buy copper pipe, but copper pipe and a little solder, and you're off and running with the information on what Stan has there.
Yeah, Roger. Stan, what was the, I know it was in QST. I have a feeling I know I remember the article, but what was the call sign of the gentleman? That way I can Google it.
W6NBC, as in National Broadcasting Corporation. If you look for the hen delta, hen as is in a chicken, or a hen, he modified the old Japanese version of it. If you just look for hen delta loop on Google, you should be able to find the antenna rather easily. So it works for me, tuned up quite easily. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate that. KA6UYH.
Right, very good. Maybe that'll be one that you, if that one does the same thing to you as the one that he's got and you build it right, then there's something else wrong. I would just put it on the air and run it. Because Stan gets over here fine with the delta loop. All right, 7-3s, guys. 7-3, Stan, and we'll see you perhaps tomorrow night on 6. Anybody else in the Bay Area, W6PQL or anybody, K6MYC?
Sure, W6PQL.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, I'm back from Half Moon Bay where we had lunch with friends over there. Pleasant day on this side, over.
Yeah, it was pleasant everywhere. I think it was nice here, too. I did a lot of pruning. I'm doing a lot of pruning to my crepe myrtle trees. You have to cut them back to about 2-foot-long stumps when you're done. They have about 5 or 6 stems. And I just get out there with my chainsaw and cut them all down to 2 feet. And they just put out 6-foot extension limbs, and that's what all the flowers and leaves go on. But boy, they work well. But it's quite a job because the things are about 6 feet long, and putting them in a trailer and getting them out of the backyard, poking them in the eyes and the face, and that's just awkward to work with them. Anyway, I got everything cleaned up, and I got one more crepe myrtle to do, and I'll be done with that, except for the 2 in the front by the driveway. Enough for that, but good to hear you in here, and we'll certainly look for you tomorrow. You will be home tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be home tomorrow and the next day, so I don't think I've got any day that I'm going to be missing this week. Oh, mention to Rob, I know that I heard him on the live stream. He was asking about his package. It did get here. I'll be working on it this week. He'll have it back next week in time to get on 432 with it. So if you'd just pass that along to him for me. I don't think he can hear me tonight. 7-3's Mike, K6MYC, W6PQL.
Okay, well, thanks for that update. Rob, he said he's got your amp, and he'll have it out this week, and you should have it by next week, Thursday easily, over.
Okay, thanks, Mike. That sounds great. Ask him how the box arrived. Is it in good shape?
Is the box okay? Wasn't damaged?
Yeah, Rob is really worried about that box. You can tell him it came without a scratch on it.
No scratches, no dents, no compression, no forklifts through the side or anything, Rob, over.
Okay, sounds good. I was hoping so. I did a lot of work on it. Spent quite a few hours putting that together. So I hope he had a okay time taking it apart.
Well, he's worked overtime. He's going to charge you $200 just for the removal from the box. So.
Okay, sounds good to me.
No, it doesn't. All right, 7-3, Jim. We'll see you tomorrow. WB6, W6PQL, K6MYC. And let's see, I haven't heard Mike in here for a week or so now. Where's Mike? KB6R, Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, KB6WFC. Where are you, Mike?
Hello to Jim over there.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
How you doing over there, Jim? Good signal tonight. WA60IB.
Hi, Ken. You're probably hearing me a little weak and watery. That's how I'm hearing you tonight, but doing well. Thank you. Hope you're doing well, too.
I'm doing great. Yeah, no, you're 5'7" and solid as a rock, so no problem there. Interesting. All right, just wanted to say hi. WA60IB. Thank you, Mike.
Sure, no problem. Okay, is there anybody else in the Bay Area before I go to Oakley, K6MYC, Bozo Net?
Echo
177. Okay, let me come up your way a little bit. You're really weak, but we got you all okay, Gary. Good evening. 177. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Did you bring your signal up 5 and 9? Really good, strong signal there. Good conditions tonight. We celebrated my birthday yesterday. Had a nice party out at the Western Railway Museum and rode the Sacramento Northern Inter-River train with 11 of my family. And grandkids, kids, aunts, uncles, all that. Well, cousins, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Sister-in-law, brother-in-law, sister and brother-in-law. Anyway, had a nice day, and signals are sounding good. K6MYC, KE6QR.
Yeah, KE6QR. Well, happy birthday. And yeah, I understand. I read it on the internet. You're 39 and holding, right?
Something like that. That's kind of what they call the new math.
Okay. Well, good. Sounding good. Once I get the antenna your way a little bit more. Thanks for checking in, Gary. KE6QR 177. We got you.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Have a good net. 73.
Thank you. 73. Anybody else before we look for N6RO?
W6ACT 445.
445, but I was just moving the antenna and I missed the call. Go ahead.
Kilowatt 9 Zulu
K9ZPY. Yeah, K9ZPY. Good evening. I forgot the handle. Doggone it. I'm sorry. What was the handle?
Oh, that's okay. Tired old man.
Yeah, you've told me that 10 times, and for some reason it just doesn't stick. Tom, very good. Nice to hear you. Yeah, I'm sorry I doubled with you a little bit. Nice to hear you. Thanks for refreshing my memory on the handle there. Tired old man. We're all tired. Most of us are old, too. All right, very good. I'm not probably pointed right at you, but we've got Q5 copy more or less. You're fading up and down on about a 6-second basis. I'm going to try and get a little more signal on you next transmission. Anyway, take it and tell us how your weather was up there today. Go ahead.
Good, Mike. Same here. Signals are weak. Weak tonight. USB. Weather was very nice. Sun. Mid-60s. Very nice weather. Kilowatt 9 Zulu Papa Yankee. Number 1161.
Well, I'm sorry, Tom. I just that got conditions were good for everybody else, but you're just not stable. It's not your fault. It's just a band condition, but you're going up and down, and I'm only getting every third word here. And I tried to move the antenna back and forth, and it's also dispersed. Your signal's coming to me over about a 20-degree azimuth pattern, which is not normal either. I'm not getting any definitive peak on you. So we've got diffusion, confusion, and dispersion. Hi, hi. 73 is in any case. Thanks for checking in there, Tom. 445 K6MYC 73, and we'll see you soon. Okay, N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Am I close?
Oh, yeah. K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. High temperature in a nice day was 65. I slept half of it because I stayed up all night watching the finals of the Australian tennis event. But in fact, speaking of TV, I just put the Grammys on hold. You know, I've been a lifetime musician, and I always watch the awards that celebrate music. And contest-wise, WD6T is standing number 3 in the North American Sprint sideband. There may be another station that hasn't checked in yet, but he's either 3 or 4. So that's the weekend report, N6RO.
No, that's not bad. What was the contest called? That was, what was that, the Central South America contest?
No, North American Sprint. North American Sprint with a strange rule. You have to QSY. You can't run. And they have that twice a year on all 3 modes. This one was sideband.
Yeah, well, that's where you make a contact with a guy you call CQ. Make a contact, and then you have to leave the frequency to him.
Yes, and he can. He can then solicit callers, and then he has to move.
Yeah, that's a strange one.
Well, it's the most challenging event in radio sport.
I would think it would be, and particularly challenging for a visually impaired person that can't read the numbers.
Hey, Ken?
Yeah.
WA60IB. Yeah, I was up listening to that last night. My goodness. And I'm trying to figure out that's got to be really hard and keeps everybody really, really busy.
Oh, yeah. And because you can't sit on one frequency and run stations, you have to search and patch half of the contest, although there are other tricks that I have played in recent years and others before me. So, yeah, it is the most challenging contest in all 3 modes, especially CW, where you don't have a machine decoding for you like on Ready, or your ears doing sideband. CW is the hardest one.
I can well imagine, but it was interesting to listen to. And they were coming in from all over, so it was you look at the waterfall, and it was just filled. So people were liking it. They're busy. The bands were full.
Oh yeah. I don't know how many were in it. 300, 400, 500, something like that. The highest QSO number was 327 by a station up in Montana, and 9RV, who always does well. And then came KW8N, who's reported to be the best single sideband contester in the world, or at least in the States. Then WD6T, who operated my station. Anyway, that's enough of that. Too much contesting. N6RO.
Okay. I was waiting for Ken to see if he had any final comment there. I have operated that contest many years ago, but I'm not a contester. I run with it for 5 or 10 minutes, and then it gets I don't get any enjoyment out of it, I guess is the best way to put it. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, of course, on 1296. No, 222 tomorrow. And with the new transverter and the new radio, that should be really good. I think last week it started to sound pretty darn good. 73 Ken, N6RO. We were about 65 here also, too, somewhere close to 70. Nice day. N6RO, K6MYC. Anybody else in this direction? How about KD6WVL?
KO6 IQR, 1189.
1189, I got you. I was going to pick you up next, Mario, but we'll take you now. 1189, how are you?
I'm doing well, Just getting ready to go back to work. Had a hell of a week. Needed the break, so yeah, back to the old power plant, and we got some issues.
Oh boy, I bet you do. Okay, you're sounding good as always. Let's see if John is in here. KD6WVL, John, are you here?
K6NYC, KD6WVL, 1179.
Got your 1179. You're a little off frequency. You probably got me a little low pitch, so you might want to bring my pitch up a little bit. That'll bring your pitch down, and you'll sound more like a man than a choir boy. Over.
Okay. Yeah, this thing 706 drifts a little bit. Sounding good. Signals are good tonight.
Yeah, you're always good on this band. 432 seems like one night will be good and the next night won't be. But it's always readable, of course. Good to hear you, John, and Mario as well. How about W6WZZ? Are you in here, John? Anybody else up that way? We haven't heard the N6NPD for quite a while. You must be going to bed early. All right. For N6, no, what the hell's Merle's call? Well, Merle hasn't been on 2 meters for quite a while, so he probably isn't in here. W2WRX, how about you, Carl? Got Carl's QSL card in the mail. Carl doesn't know what a SASE is, though. That's all right, though. We'll get it to him back to him. All right, I guess we're done. 7-3, guys, and I'm going up towards Sacramento.
956.
I heard somebody call in, but I had a text message coming in my hearing aids. Go ahead.
756.
Okay, 756. Good, strong signal. Darren, go ahead.
Good evening, Mike. KJ6, KFB, 756 for check-in. What can I say? Nothing to report, not much change, but still hanging in here.
Okay. One of these days you'll have that 220 fixed, so we can work you on 220 again. Got the antenna in the air still?
Oh, yeah, it's still there. I'm hearing John wants to borrow it, though.
Who's John? Which John?
Don't say anything.
Who?
A local. Any rate, yeah, things are still here, and what can I say? I'm just staying busy with the wife and family, so no, haven't been doing as much radio as I'd like.
Well, I know you were waiting on somebody to fix that transverter.
Yep, I know. I'm still waiting. I need more test equipment here. One of these days, we'll get to her one of these days here.
I thought you were going to have somebody else fix it, put a new device in there or something.
Well, they give it their best shot, and they're still a little short. What can I say? No worries. We'll get there, Mike, one of these down the road here. In the meantime, well, take what you can get.
So you put a new device in and it still didn't work?
Oh, several pieces went into it. I pretty much blew the whole thing up.
Oh, bummer. All right, well, too bad. Maybe it's time to keep an eye out for a Q5 signal that somebody's not using anymore.
Yeah, well, we'll see how things go. You never can tell what tomorrow brings. Who knows? Maybe a brand new 220 all mode.
No, they don't make such a thing. All right, take care. We'll see you tomorrow at 6, I think. KJ6KFB 756, K6MYC, KO6KD. How about you, Bill?
Yeah, Mike, I'm here, KO6KD, Bozo 776. I'll give you a little chatter. Heard you quite well prior to you moving towards Darren, so I'll give you a little bit of chatter here. May just be the band fading down, but I think I got everything going the right direction. Been a while since I've been up here, but I think I got everything going the right way. K6MYC and the Bozos from KO6KD, Bozo 776, over.
Okay, good copy, no problem. I peeked on you a little bit, but I didn't have to move very far. KO6KD, K6MYC, good to hear you. I was very late this morning. I didn't get on the 40-meter band until 8:45, so you may have come and gone. Phil was there, and Mark was there, but they weren't talking each other. They talked each other out, I guess. Anyway, we got in a few more minutes of a few more people checked in, and that was it. Anyway, I should be more on time tomorrow morning. Good to hear you. And let's see, we should hear John tonight. Last night, the other night on 432, John was really, really weak. I don't hope he didn't find any real problem. I think it was just the band and his elevation. Let's see what we get from you, John. I'm going to move the antenna a little bit. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. KR6MR, Bozo 759. Yeah, Thursday night, things were just horrible. Very, very weak signals.
Well, you're good tonight. It's a little watery, but pretty stable. Pretty good copy. No issues with copyable. So hopefully that was an anomaly that we won't have to deal with again on 432. Good to hear you here, and I'll take a listen up toward Reading Way while I'm sitting here.
Lasted all of 2 evenings, and it died again. And I'm waiting for a return email from the guys down there at Mercury to figure out what they're going to do.
Yeah, I got popped twice during that transmission. You're waiting for something from the guys, what?
Okay, the guys at Mercury, I shipped the amplifier down to them. It was a 2-day turnaround. They fixed it. They replaced the FET, the device, and shipped it back. $478 all told for everything. And it lasted all of 2 contacts for about 30 minutes on air time, and it died again.
For crying out loud, I don't know what's going on down there, but they have had a spectacular reputation for good equipment, and of course the service you can't complain about. But this failure mode they've got to put a handle on that one. I've seen them at Dayton, so they've been around for 5 or 6 years, good reputation and all. What the hell? This was the 6-meter amp that was you use on HF as well, right?
Yeah, it's a full 160 through 6 meters. And it's got all kinds of faults. If it overtemps, it shuts down. If there's a Visuar, it shuts down. If you're on the wrong band, it shuts down. If you overdrive it, it shuts down. All these things are there immediate, and it died.
I'm sorry, those things are something, and it just died?
Those are all possible faults, and they're immediate. I mean, it's all electronically controlled, and all of a sudden there was just no power out, no fault, no anything else. It just quit.
Yeah, well, you should get an indication of what it is, and it should reset itself either by turning the power off and back on or whatever, but normally it just resets after a bit. It may have to turn the bypass switch off and then reset it, and it goes again. If it's a flaw or overdrive or something, check out what's going on, VSWR or whatever. But it's just but it sounds like it's not shutting down to a fault like a VSWR or overtemp or overdrive or something. It just sounds like it's failing again. Over.
That is correct. It's failing. Only drive it with 3 watts on 80 meters to get 400 out. We talked about that the other day about FCC rules as to how many dB you're allowed to have for an HF amplifier, but that's another story. Anyway, it failed, no ands, ifs, or buts, and I will find out tomorrow as to my next course of action.
Yeah, well, obviously tomorrow you can be on the phone with them and question them. I'm sure that if they're a good company, they'll take it back. It's just a big pain in the ass to ship it back and forth, and that's the expensive part, even if they're doing the repairs for nothing.
Oh, yeah, they also put a new, I shipped it in the box that it came in, which was really too big, so I had to put a lot of foam in there to fill in all the voids. And they said, well, we can give you a new box. And they charged me $70 for the damn box that it came back in.
Oh, so what was did you say they charged you for the repair? I thought you did say some money, but I didn't get the amount. What was the amount for the repair?
Okay, it was like $287 for the FET chip, $70 for a new shipping box, and then $58 or $70 for shipping.
That's insane. I never heard of anybody charging for the box you put it in.
Yeah, well, they did. Oh, yeah, I tell you what, it's a beautiful box. I mean, you couldn't get a better fitting box, but still $70 is a lot of money. Nothing was mentioned about that until after I got it back and I saw what was going on. I go, hey, oh well.
What did you see after it was going, after you got it back, other than the failing?
Well, all I did is I sent him a message Friday afternoon saying that it failed and what's next, I will address the part about paying $70 for a shipping box, which I thought is a little outrageous.
Yeah, what band were you on? How much drive power? What were you getting out when it failed?
Okay, it was 80 meters. Drive power was 3.5 watts, and I was putting out around 450 or 500 watts. And all of a sudden I looked down, and there was no output.
You're up and down. You're fluttering so bad I'm having trouble copying. 3.5 watts in, 400 to 500 out, and then you said something else I did not get. Over.
Okay, then I looked down. All of a sudden, no power out, no alarms, no trips, no faults, no red lights, just no power out.
Okay, well that's an odd one. That's surely odd, but I would be on the phone with them first thing in the morning and see if they have any ideas. Obviously, you couldn't have overdriven it with 3 watts of drive or 3.5. Or actually, it sounds like they don't have an input attenuator in there. They should have an input attenuator. You should get 30 watts in. You should be able to run 30 watts in and get a kilowatt or so out. It would give you 300, 600, 1200. Yeah, that's 15, 16 dB of gain. 30 watts in should get you a kilowatt out. And that's the 15 dB of gain. You shouldn't. I wonder if that's the problem. They don't have an input attenuator on there to soak up whatever might be happening with your transceiver.
Well, it's got I don't have the schematic in front of me, but it does have an attenuator and a balancing and all that stuff. And you start off low power and you bring your power up to the level that is required to get your power out. If I put 30 watts into this thing, I'd probably blow it across the room.
Yeah, well, what do they tell you? What's the normal drive power on HF?
They haven't told me that.
It's got to be on the spec sheet somewhere.
Let's not go there right now. There's a lot of questions about that too.
Okay, well, let me go get the guys in Reading, and you can look at that spec sheet. But that should be on there. It's 30 watts in, should get you 1,200 out or something like that. And if you can't drive with 30 watts, it means you don't have an input attenuator. Yes, 5 watts in will get you a kilowatt out if it doesn't have an input attenuator, because the device has 23, 24, 25 dB of gain, but that's not a way to run it. Over.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I'll get with these guys tomorrow and figure all this stuff out.
Okay. Well, your signal's just going up and down, up and down. I'm chasing you all over the place here. Let me go back and see if I can get Reading in here. And maybe we can talk some more, maybe on 6 meters tomorrow. KR6MR, K6MYC, clear, and looking for Reading. Charlie, November 80. Charlie, November 80. Reading. KD6SW and KO6HS. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, over, Rich.
This is KD6
711, K6MI.
I got you, John, and I hear Rick in there very, very weakly. Can you hear him at all, Ken?
Negative, I don't hear a thing.
Okay, this should be right at him. I got you, Rich, but it's way, way down, just barely perceptible. Let me see if Jerry's in there. KO6HS, KO6 Hotel Sugar, KO6HS, K6MYC, calling and listening. Jerry, over. He's there too, but boy, weak. Okay, Roger. I can detect your audio. I hear your voice, Jerry. I hear your voice, but very, very weak. No readability, but we've got you checked in. We have you both checked in. Thanks very much for being there. Sorry the conditions are so poor up the valley there. Maybe there's a weather condition in the middle of us or something here. 73s, thanks again for checking in, guys. KO6HS, KD6SW, K6MYC, 73. Wow. Anybody else in the San Joaquin, Sacramento Valley, over? Nothing heard. I'm going to Nevada. Okay, here we are up toward Nevada, KD6BQ. KD6BQ, KE7UQL, K6MYC. Richard, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249, over.
Yeah, I got 249 with a lot of flutter. I went back a little bit, may have overshot you a little bit, but good copy, and of course I had you way back from the beginning. So we had you in here anyway. I hope you heard my response to your 249 on CW, over.
Yeah, Roger. I heard your response there. I sent ours, but I think I got covered up by everybody else talking.
Well, I think I heard the R's, but I knew you. I put you down anyway, so you were checked in. I'm pretty sure that you usually hear me in one way or the other. Anyway, it's conditions are kind of poor here. We might check and see if Eric is there. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. N7 VAZ. I wonder if you're here tonight, Eric. K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
Are you out there, Eric? N7 VAZ, KD6BQ. Mike is calling, over. Over, Mike.
Well, I don't hear him. I don't hear a trace of them, so we've got really poor conditions. It may be the timing. I've gotten a little late. We're after 9. I probably should have gone quicker through the net because it looks like the propagation is going bad on us here. Somewhere between 8:30 and 9, everybody seems to get weaker and weaker. So that may be what's going on. It may be a timing thing, Richard. Anyway, tell him I've got his, what is it, 1163, 1263? No, 1163, right?
1193. You're coming up, Mike. You might have a shot at it now.
1193. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Over to you, Eric. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu 1193, K6MYC Bozo Net, over.
K6MYC from November 7 Victor Alpha Zulu 1193. You're on a peak. It's sounding great. Over.
Yeah, solid copy. Boy, out of nowhere. I mean, you were non-existent on the other one, and I haven't moved the antenna, so the band is really flaky tonight. Thank you, Eric. Good to hear you in here, and thanks for your consistent and nice check-in there from your area when you're home. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu Reno K6MYC 73, my friend.
73, thank you.
Okay, over to you, Daniel. May have to bump the antenna a little bit that way, like that. KE7UQL, KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Howdy, 272 KE7UQL. Good evening to you, Mike, over.
Yeah, gotcha. 272, nice strong signal tonight. So who can tell what this band is going to do? It's up and down. Maybe it's a short-term peak, Daniel. Anyway, good to hear you here. And we'll, of course, look for you tomorrow night on 222. KE7UQL in the group, K6MYC.
QSL will have 222 working for you tomorrow. KE7UQL.
Good evening, Daniel.
Ken, good evening to you. Over.
WA60IB here. Just wanted to say hi.
Well, thank you for the hello, over.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
Go ahead and say hello to Richard and maybe Eric as well.
Well, I heard Eric in there. I don't hear him very often, but I did hear him tonight. A few words anyway. And Richard, you take care up there too. K86BQ, WA60IB.
Yep, good to hear you on, Ken. WA60IB, KD6BQ.
All right, you have a great week.
So, Eric, are you there? Go ahead again, Eric, for WA60IB. Go ahead, Eric.
WA60IB from November 7 Victor Alpha Zulu, Reno, Nevada.
Yeah, November 7 Victor Alpha Zulu. Eric, good evening to you, WA60IB. About an S2, but plenty copyable that time. I don't hear you very often, so condition just popped up real quick here. So, great. Have a great week, WA60IB.
WA60IB. Yes, that I had to at S5. Nice peak there, 73 and
Okay, how about Rob? Stand by, guys. Rob, KM6SRR, go ahead.
Yes, how you doing, Eric? N7VAZ, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, Delta Mike 07, over.
Rob is calling you there, Eric.
I can tell Rob that I can't pick him up.
He dropped way down.
Yeah, I was hearing him really good, and I don't hear him anymore.
Well, he just dropped right out. He'll come back. Say hello to Richard and Daniel.
Hi, Richard and Daniel. KE7UQL and KD6BQ.
Yeah, good evening, Rob. KM6SRR, KD6BQ. Pretty garbly, but when it peaks up, you're good.
Yep, I'm picking a little garble on you, too.
Kilo, Mike, 6, Sierra, Romeo, Romeo, KE7UQL. The path is down, but I'll give you a try anyway. Hello there.
You're local here.
Yeah, you're working fine, Daniel. KE7UQL, KM6SRR.
There you are, about S5 on this end. Thank you, Rob.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm only getting you about an S2, but my S meter's kind of stingy.
Okay, no trouble. KE7UQL 73.
Yeah, he came up a couple last units that time. 73.
All right, good night, Daniel, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 222. Richard, we'll see you on 6, and we don't know where we're going to see Daniel. You might ask him if he's got anything on 6 or 2. Over.
No 6 meters, no 6 meters, over.
No 6 meters, and I know he does not have 222. Okay. 73's Eric, 73 Richard, 73 Daniel. Thank you, guys. And nice contacts this evening here. Okay, 6MYC Bozo Net going back to the Bay Area.
Did.
It did. Okay.
UQL 73.
73, Daniel.
IM7VAB 86C2. You got a few minutes.
Okay, here we are in the Bay Area for late checks or missed. Bay Area. Late checks are missed. WB6WNI. Gary, are you here? K6MYC.
Yes, good evening, Mike. Yes, we're here. We just finished up cleaning dishes. We were eating dinner when you called earlier, so I couldn't make it to the radio. But yes, again, strong signals. I've heard everybody pretty well tonight while eating dinner. Back to you.
Yeah, good. Okay, good on your dinner. We had our dinner just about 7 o'clock, so we got that taken care of, and then I wandered out here in the dark with a big, beautiful moon out there.
Yes, I've noticed that. That was out last night as well. Yes, beautiful. I'm going to be doing another walk before going to bed, so I'll take a look at it. Just beautiful signals. Not much to report. I did some work with Rick, W6MIT, on 144.2, using your LBA 13. Using that because he's vertically polarized at the moment, and it was doing pretty well. Back to you.
Oh, is that what he has? An old KLM 13 LBA?
So I have the LBA. I have that antenna, but it's always been vertical. So when I'm talking to you, is an 8-element telonics. But I figured, well, I got the 13 LBA up on the roof, and so I pointed to Rick. And it did fairly well. You know, we have a mountain in the way, but it was able to get around the mountain, so I guess I'd call it a success.
Yeah, okay. Is he vertical or horizontal? I forgot.
Right now he's vertical with a discone antenna. You think, oh boy, discones, what are they going to do? But you know, when it comes to bouncing off of objects, you know, you can't beat a discone. But you know, the direct path for us is very bad because there's a mountain in the way.
I'll be darned. Well, San Carlos, from where you are, shouldn't have a mountain in the way. Maybe a little bit of Saratoga or something sticking out, or is it the college?
You know, that's a good. Rick has run these, you know, programs showing there's something in the way. Now, when I lived with my parents, it was like the most beautiful direct path you can imagine. So I was spoiled to death, and we moved here, and it's nowhere near as good. But yes, it's been a struggle now for Fresno, though. You know, as you know, with Mike QFO, we're in a good spot for your location.
Yeah, no, you both do very well over here. Okay, well, hopefully MIT can get something horizontal, and then he'll have a lot better signal over this way. I copied him, but he wasn't bodacious by any means. All right, very good evening to you. Any, you want to say hello to Gary? Yeah, Gary over there. Ken may not be copying.
Yeah, I don't copy. Is that Tom that we're trying to listen for?
No, Ken, WA60IB.
Yeah, what's that again?
Oh, normally I can hear Ken. Not tonight, though. Noise level has been a little high.
Ken, toward the Bay Area for WB6WNI.
Yeah, I just hear every other word there. I'm tracking you, so I'm pointing the same way you are. So anyway, I don't think it's going to work tonight.
Huh, okay. He hears you most of the time. All right, 7-3, Gary. We'll see you tomorrow on 6 meters for sure. Take care. Hopefully you're done with dinner. WB6WNI, K6MYC. Anyone else in the Bay Area?
Well, hang on, Mike. I just want to let Ken know I could hear him. I could hear Ken, not very well, but we could call it a contact. Yes, a contact. Anyway, I'll back out here and you can look for other stations. K6MYC and Ken, WB67973.
Yeah, well, Ken's running smoke and you're not.
Oh, very good, Mike. Anyway, 73.
So smoke is about 10 dB worth. Okay, 7-3, Gary. He's copying you, Ken.
Okay, well, good evening, Gary. So I heard you that time a little bit better. Heard about 4 words. So anyway, yeah, I'm running 1250 watts here. So there's the difference. WA60IB.
KB6 WSC 775.
Oh, hi there, fella. We've been missing you. Good evening, Mike. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Weather is, 53 degrees and clear and a full moon. How about that?
How about that? What was it, temperature today?
Oh, we got up to 65, I think.
65, almost summertime there. We have the same here. About 65 here, maybe a little more. Very nice weather. We need some rain, but we sure like the weather. It's giving me a chance to do a lot of yard work. I'm not sure I'm awfully excited about that. I'm doing yard work by Braille, buddy.
Yeah, but you're getting better at it, right?
Yeah. Remember what it looks like, so I know what it should look like when I'm done, and I hope it does. 7-3. Good to hear you. I look for you tomorrow night on 6 meters. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6MYC. Good evening.
Roger. Thank you. Good evening.
7-3. Now, anybody else in the Bay Area before we go toward Porterville? Nothing heard. Let's go get Eddie. Go ahead, Rob. Call him.
KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? KE6BK, this is KM6SRR with K6MYC in the gang.
Evening, Rob.
Good evening, Eddie. Good to hear you there. I made a mistake last week and said we hadn't heard you in a while, and I just heard you the night before. Sorry about that.
Hey, no problem at all. No problem at all. Yep, we are here for tonight and everything like that. Just thought we would say hello to everybody, and yeah, everybody have a great one.
Go ahead, Ken.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I hear you. I was just going to let Ken say hi to you. KE6BK, K6MYC, good signal, got your 858, and good to hear you, Eddie, over.
Yeah, Rogers, Mike, yeah, well, good to hear you guys too. You know, I don't do this too often, so it's always good to be able to catch up with you guys.
And we're running a little late tonight. I spent some time trying to help a guy with a 6-meter problem that he has there, but we probably blew a little bit too much time here. It's later than it should be. Anyway, good to hear you, Ken. Are you still in the shack?
Yeah, I'm still here. I've stowed everything.
Can you copy Eddie?
No, I'm pointed up towards my stow point up to 315.
Okay. Very good. Well, Eddie, thanks much. We'll take a standby for KB6RQU or W6PYP. Anybody else down there before we close the net? 7-3, Eddie.
All right, Mike, 73 to you guys too. K6MYC and KM6SRR, KE6BK, 73.
Okay, thanks, Eddie. Yeah, hey, be careful down there with that fog. I heard you had a pile up the other day, so drive safely. KM6SR, back to net.
Okay, you might give me a count, Rob, and we'll finish this off. I haven't heard Aaron in tonight. Did Aaron ever check in?
I think he did.
I didn't hear him.
In the beginning, you were doing something, and I thought I heard him check in.
Well, we'll check him in. He's got the stream going, right?
I was there at the beginning.
Well, I didn't check you in for some reason. Good evening, Aaron.
Well, add 2 more to the list, 1079 and 1100, K6US.
I was waiting to see if old Mark could come in here at the last minute.
A different mic on it. Does this mic sound okay to you guys compared to the stock mic?
Who is this?
Got a 60-cycle hum with that headset.
Who is this?
That was Ken with some hum.
I'm not listening to myself, so. All right, I got to put the mic back on then.
Oh, I think it sounds better. That's better, way better.
Aaron says have a hum.
Yeah, it's got 60-cycle hum in it, Mike.
Don't hear it.
60 or 120?
It sounds like 60.
Well, that's okay. That's a bad connection somewhere or something. 120 would be a power supply thing. Okay. Well, I'll get rid of it and let's see if it goes away.
I hear it now when you quit talking. When your speech is there, it takes it out. So it's not real strong, but it is there. I think overall, though, I like the audio quality better, Ken.
He's probably swapping mics.
Don't hear him.
Yeah, but he's probably swapping mics. Give him a second.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not rushing him. I just thought he'd be able to copy the comment.
Oh, I copied the comment, but I can't respond until I get the mic. Okay, I'm back on the original mic.
Yeah, problem's gone.
Oh, crap. I got a nice headset here, and I was going to use it because it's got a long cable. That's probably the problem. So I can walk around the shack and still talk, but because, Mike will call me, and I'll be on the other end of the shack behind the desk, and I got to crawl out and get to the microphone. So, oh, well.
We can live with the hum.
It's got an issue then. Thank you for letting me know, Aaron. Appreciate it.
We can live with the hum.
Well, I can't, though.
Why not?
Because I'm me.
Yeah, it's probably just a bad ground.
Well, it's a Heil headset with all of the push-to-talk thing and hanging out, this and that. So, and I've tightened everything up. So, and I've got the HS2 hand switch too, and whatnot, so I can carry it around too, and it's on a long cord too. So it's there's a lot of stuff out there, and it's with the fluorescent lights in here and whatnot, it's probably picking something up from them.
It's either that or the big magnetic coil you've got around the shop there.
No, I turned it off.
Oh, did you?
Well, you could always just disconnect the ground and just let it float.
Well, I have to monitor. I'll have to set up the thing to monitor things and see what it sounds like, and then work on it that way. That's the only right way to do it. I can't just hunt and peck.
Are you counting, Rob?
You guys doubled. What was that, Aaron?
Yeah, I was just agreeing with you. Yeah. Turn on the monitor, and I'm sure you'll hear it.
Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll work on it, and maybe by next time we'll have it done, because I'd like to use it so I can move around the place in here without having to crawl over things to get to the mic.
Well, we'll get you a wireless headset.
Yeah, I've got one somewhere. I just haven't been able to find it for a while. I was going to try it, but I've lost it in the mess out in the garage somewhere. It's in a box.
Yeah, I heard it too, Ken, so you're not imagining it. Mike, yes, I have 43.
Yeah, I thought there was a big number. That's good. Thank you. This is K6MYC, Bozo 47 and Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo, closing the 2-meter Bozo Net on, was this say, February 1?
Yep, February 1, as far as I know.
Got it right for tonight. Okay, February 1, 2026. Good night to everybody. Thank you, Ern.
Yep, we'll see you guys tomorrow night in K6US.
Good night, Aaron. K6US, KM6SR, and good night, Ken, WA6OIB, KM6SR, 73.
Night, Rob.
Take care, WA6OIB.
Night, Rob.
Oh, I forgot Mike. Good night, Mike, K6MYC, 73.
No problem.